What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is your breakdown for Trish Stratus, Canadian icon. She is your S+ tier chase for the June 2024 Ladders to Riches event. She is an Attitude Era focused trickster. Oh, you saw it before I did. She's a focused trickster, which does give a little bit of a hit there, because how many girls in this game that are top tier women are focused tricksters? And she's one of them. So there we go. And then on her trainer ability at 31k, Snowfall Gems do 18k more damage. Moves that generate Snowfall Gems create 4 more. And red moves start with 2 more MP. If only she could train herself. Links and gear, she's got Canadian, takes 60% less damage from yellow moves, Attitude Era, and as of currently, right now, no additional gear. So let's take a look at some move sets. She is your S+ tier, so she is equivalent to Rex Regum from last month. So let's see if she can hit like Triple H did. The first move set we're going to take a look at is Triple Red, all 5 MP moves, which I really like. On the first one, the Luthez Press, red move, deal damage, make the top row into Snowfall Red, which will modify all gems below it into red gems when broken by you, and then increase your red gem damage by 197% for 1 turn. Secondly, the Stratosphere, deal damage, plus a hefty amount of bonus damage for every Snowfall gem. Normally I'm not for that, especially the bonus per gems don't usually scale well, but she's made for 6-star gold, and that's a hefty number to start with. And then the Chick Kick, deal damage, and choose 7 gems to make purple, and she's also one of these characters that I love, that if you get subbed, you break the sub, deal a bunch of damage, and get right out of it. That is awesome. Speaking of awesome, your trainers, since she's 5 MP, you only need 4 MP to start, so you could start with one of the red move trainers, but you really don't need to, because Maurice is 2 MP, Davy Boy is 2 MP, and you've got 2 MP plus 200% Snowfall Gem damage, 2 MP plus 45% red gem damage, which is going to buff you out really nicely. While you have the plus 99 MP, I would actually sub him out for Nikita to do 75% more damage to Snowfall Gems. Although you are going to take a hit on your red gem damage with that, it's really going to buff that bonus ability. So then you've got the Miz for Snowfall Gems do 100% more damage, and red moves that deal damage will do 40% more damage, and then Carrying Cross for 30% more red move and red gem damage. So as you look at that, the Luthez Press is doing a decent amount of damage, but really where you start to see it shine is in the Stratosphere. So you've got between those two about 1 million damage plus 2 million bonus damage for every Snowfall Gem. There is 7 of them, which means that's a 14 million hit right off rip. Plus, then you've got your deal damage and choose that's going to then cascade all of your red gems. So when you combine that with the strap, you're going to 100% want to have a red move damage that is up on your double Fury 2s, so that is 40% and 40. And since she's a top premium character, I do have 100% gem damage strap on her. Plates, I'm going to recommend the Hulkamaniac. Whenever you break 20 or more gems, increase your red gem damage for 2 turns. And then whenever you break 20 plus gems, your black move, that doesn't matter so much. And then another great candidate for the Sheriff's Badge, as if every character didn't seem to be that. Whenever you break 15 or more red gems, generate 30 yellow gems. Of course, if you don't have that or don't want to use that, you could do something like the I Pity the Fool, where you add black gems, or you make blue gems, or etc. With those, that's going to be your path forward. I will not show you with the Seance plate, wherever that is. But yes, of course, the Seance plate is going to do some damage as well. So we're going to go on the road against a 6-star gold opponent and we are 6-star silver on my test account. This is in the candy store, the gold account. This is my individual CC account. So Jade does have a sub. If we don't beat her, that 76 million turn 1, she is going to get us. But still, I want to show you what she can do against a gold. So here you go. So almost 1 million damage, top row into snowfall gems, and then we're buffing our red gem damage. And I love that it creates the top row because then you don't have to touch the board. Now our red gems are doing 300k per round. We're going to do a bonus damage of 2 million for every snowfall gem. So that's a 14 million hit right there. Bam, bam. There we go. So we've already taken off 16 million and we haven't touched the board at all. So now we choose 7 to make into purple gems, but guess what? That sub that she has, not going to be a problem. So we're going to make the top row into purple. You can throw others randomly if you need to, but it doesn't matter. That's going to make everything red with the bonuses of 197%. You are going to, also throw out the sheriff's badge, which blows up the whole board again pretty much there. So yeah, 22 million reduced down. She is going to kick out of that because we're in gold, but we took her from 76 to 39. And guess what? She's subbing us. But wait, because, yep, my turn, deal damage, hefty amount, 4 million, and now it's our turn again. So she doesn't get to do jack. So, yeah, I love that. All around, this is good design, good stuff. We're going to wipe her turn 2 pretty easy. There's nothing that she can do about it. So, let's see that hit. And then we'll move on to another move set. Clicky, clicky. Bam. Bam. But now the Hulk Hogan plate has gone off too, by the way. So now our red gem damage is even higher this time around. So now we're at 29 million turn 2. That's pretty spicy. Let's see if there's anything else that's equally Canadian bacon spicy. Canadian bacon's just ham, right? Why do Americans call it that? I'm American. Why do I call it that? After we look at the triple red, her movesets get a little interesting. I think that that's kind of a clear, like, this is the way most people are going to go with her, and there's ways to buff her up, etc. But here's the thing, triple purple would be another valid option. I'm not going to show that one just because it is, or at least for this set anyway, it is 7x2 area to destroy and pin the opponent, whereas the Matrish is going to do trap gems that steal health. So this is the most like destroy their health build that isn't gem damage out there. On the bottom, 6 MP purple, Matrish Revolutions, deal damage and deal bleed damage for 2 turns. The chokehold, color submission, choose 8 gems to make purple and then deal a decent amount of sub damage for 2 turns while submissions are on the board. Remaining submission turn into crossbreak. And then the Matrish, deal damage, make 47 gems into trap gems. If broken by your opponent, deal damage and increase your purple MP by 5. If broken by you, steal health. So this is going to be a plus 99 build because you would need to get to the 6 MPs. You would either need a Woods and Santa Hogan or some other combination. What I'm going to go with is Woods for 4 more MP and then purple subs last 2 more turns and 2 more purple MP with Sonya. And then I've got your any color submission do 50% more damage and last 1 more turn. So now we're at 5 million sub damage, which is not that much at 6 gold. And then you've got your bleed damage through Woods, which is 4.5 million. So functionally 8 to 9 million for 2 turns there. So that's 15 million per cycle, plus you're stealing their health, decent amount of health there, so you could change out Logan Paul instead for Showboat Shinsuke and do that, which would then steal a decent amount more health, because you're talking 2 million health, 3 million health almost there. So in individual terms, not any one of these is anything amazing, but when you combine them, they do a lot of steal health, bleed, sub them down in combination. For your plate, after post 99, you need a way to get to yellow, and so it wouldn't be turn 1, but if you do the basic plate, it's time once again. Purple, break purple, get yellow, you would be able to make sure you could more flawlessly reload that. Again, if you were to use the finisher, then basically the remaining gems that turn to cross break, you would break them there, but it is choose 8 to make purple, and so you're going to use them to reload your your purple moves, which means that there's not going to be very many cross break gems left on the board. So the finisher is really kind of the damage build. 3 million damage with a bunch of buffs will be okay, but again, it's still not huge at 6 gold. So this is like the, I'll call this the destroy them any way possible move set, because it is just taking them down left, right, and center. Again, sub Logan Paul for Shinsuke, you can do tons of bleed, tons of steal health, and sub all in one hefty shot. So we are going to, in the plus 99 era at least, throw 47 trap gems down. So that is pretty much the whole board except for 1 gem. There you go. Then you're going to drop the bleed on them, which is 4.54 million. So now we've got that going, but she does have 76 million health, just to be aware. Then you're going to sub, and you do need to make sure you break a few of your own trap gems in order to load your purple moves, and then you want to put the rest of them in places as much as possible. They're not going to get broken, although just do what you can there. And then that is going to trigger everything so that you're stealing her health, you're subbing her down, you're causing bleed damage, you're taking away all of her MP, and you're going from there. So from 76 million, she is, not there just yet. She's still breaking those gems, which is awesome. So 54. So that was a good 24 million turn 1. You obviously do not have your trap move reloaded, but then you can go ahead and go in and add the bleed. And remember, if you break your own gems broken by you, steal health. So that is where I actually did not do that right, because now these are going to break those. You want to break them yourself. So you stole the health initially, but then you didn't after that. So right there. Okay. So now we'll do it again. Now we're subbing her down. You've broken your own trap gems. You've stolen her health. Everything's reloaded. You just keep going. So it's not super fast against a 6 gold, but she can do nothing, right? You're going to reload every single time. You're going to do immense amounts of health steal and cross break and sub. And I mean, it's just, there's so many angles that this moveset is pulling damage from. You're just going to have to play with the trainers over time to see, do you go full on bleed? Do you go full on health steal? Do you focus on the sub? Again, you're breaking your own gems here. So you get that, and then something like that. So there we go. That ought to put her away, I would think. Boom. Stealing that health. Subbing her down. No, we didn't break enough of our own gems to put her away. So it's a 3 or 4 cycle win. I'm not going to use this myself if I get her over or in place of the triple red, but it is a very good, very defensive moveset, and it works. So let's see one more thing. The last moveset we're going to take a look at is a super sub build, which don't hold up super well in the 6 gold meta, but everything below that is going to crush for this. However, I do want to take one quick note. Variation on the previous move set. If instead of the trap move, you were to swap in the chick kick, which would deal damage, choose 7 gems to make purple. It's a 5 MP charge, so it doesn't take much to get it loaded. You would then be able to load both the sub and the bleed move, and in the plus 99 MP era, you would be able to load the bleed move twice and could go all in on your bleed trainers, which would be pretty hefty. So I'm not showing that move set, but I just want you to hear it and know that is another very valid move set. Instead of the May Trish, put the loose Thez press, and then just run purple other than that. However, this super sub set is going to be the Sharpshooter, 6 MP yellow submission, 24 random sub gems, doing about 500,000 for 3 turns while subs are on the board, remaining turn into Crossbreak. The Chokehold color submission purple, we just saw this one, it turns into Crossbreaks, 6 MP. And then the Stratisfaction finisher, deal damage and choose a 7x2 area to destroy and pin the opponent. Now, this might be where you would want to use a plate that would be, a strap that would be move damage based. And you could go all in on move damage and just super cycle the sub into the purple move, and then when you hit the yellow as you need it, you would just continue to use the same plate we just showed so that you can keep reloading the other sub every third move. So basically you're just cycling between sub, finisher, sub, sub, finisher, sub, sub, finisher, sub. So once again, very control-y and very kind of safe. So you will, in the after plus 99 era, still need woods. Then I've got Sonya for purple's last 2 more on the subs, and purple moves start with 2 more MP so that you're loaded turn 1 for that move. Logan Paul for any color subs do 50% and last 1 more. And then the High Chief Peter Maivia for 50% more sub damage on purple and moves last 1 more turn. You would, if you wanted to build a move damage base out of this, swap her for KO and then swap these 2 for your purple finisher damage guys, which I'll show you a variation of after we do this. So let's check this one out and then we'll show the variation. All right, so you're going to start with, in this case, I would start with the yellow, but that won't be ready after 99 MP, so you start with the purple sub. You need to make sure that you reload your purple move, and then drop enough that she's not going to break all of them as much as possible, because you do want to get her moves down. She has a sub. We don't want to get subbed. We don't have our sub protection move out there. But now your sub is reloaded, your finisher's reloaded, and the biggest thing is you just don't have a ton of crossbreak gems. So now is where you drop this one, which leaves your crossbreak gems, which is how you then hit your purple finisher to hopefully break as many crossbreak gems as possible. At least that's the theory behind it. You'll notice there's not a ton of crossbreak gems on the board, but they are there, and we could of course go right back into the sub, but then this will break enough yellow so that you have your super sub and you just keep on going. So there's that move set. You pretty much see what it does. It's not fast, but 100% you're going to win. It just takes your time. Let me swap out, I'm not doing a 4th move set technically, but let me swap out the trainers and the straps so that you can see what it would look like to hit a big finisher, because you really don't care about the crossbreak gem damage. There's just not enough crossbreaks there to make it matter. Same move set. Biggest variation here is we're going all in on move damage. I want to show you what this looks like right here, and that's what you see above me when it comes to the post 99 MP era, because you would need the 2 MP from here and the 2 MP or 4 MP from here to get started turn 1. However, I do just want you to see more of the top end damage, because right now that's an 8.2 million finisher. So instead, if we were to go in the current MP era and use either Mutant Doink or Ali. I got to Ali first. Now you're talking a 12 million hit. Then you've got 100% purple gem move damage there. You've got 40% on all color moves and 50% on all color finishers. You could swap this out for purple finisher, but functionally we've got that. And, Rex Regum is super rare, but Trish is going to be too. So, that's not much. Speak of. So now you're doing 8 gems into purple, and they only go for 2 turns, so you don't sub them quite as much, but then you have a lot more crossbreak gems, which will reload your sharpshooter, and the biggest thing is trying to get to that big 12 million hit. However, it's not just going to be 12 million, because you are looking at a 100% move damage strap, double takedown 2, and a 200% purple move damage there. So this is like top end. Can we see if the move damage meta is back yet on your top tier characters? If she can't do it here, it's going to have to be somebody else later. So plus 99 MP is active, so we can see the finisher right off the bat. And no, we are talking 22 million hit, and then you destroy a 7x2 area. So you have this that does 3 turns, this that does 2 turns. You sub her down, you reload your purple moves with your purple move just as before, but you're going to have more crossbreak gems on the board, and then you hit for 22 million. 22 million is not super strong in the 6 gold meta, but she's going to destroy everything else below that, period. So let's see it. That's 23 million with the gem damage, and she stayed down. She couldn't get out of that, so that's good. Well, that is your break it down for Trish Stratus, the Canadian legend or hero or icon. It is almost 1 a.m. as I'm making this, and I still have to edit all of these and do a talent up video, so forgive me if I already blanked on her name. That's just what it is. But let me know what you think of this video in the comments section. Would you do a different moveset? Maybe the one that I just mentioned but didn't actually show on screen. Let me know. Put it in the comments, like the video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and then send this to your friend and faction mate who's going, oh my gosh, I actually got Trish. How do I run her? There's a number of options. Here's what you send them. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.